With the release of Just Cause 3 this month, the franchise is attracting more attention than ever before. But the Just Cause franchise has already earned quite the following after almost 10 years, and its blend of espionage, open-world action, and the strange sense of humor continues to get more interesting with each installment. But you may be thinking, wait, Just Cause? What possible hidden inspiration could there be in Just Cause? Well, shut up, hypothetical person, because I'm about to tell you. When designing the protagonist of the series, Rico Rodriguez, the developer said that they first pictured a romanticized Che Guevara. Che Guevara was a famous Marxist revolutionary who, along with Fidel Castro, led a revolution to overthrow the Cuban government. This parallels Rico's story in which he helped overthrow a corrupt government regime in Just Cause 1. This parallel is made even stronger by the fact that the island nation of Panau's flag is designed to look very similar to that of Cuba. But of course, Che Guevara is most well known in the United States for this photograph, which has been turned into a popular poster found in dorm rooms everywhere. This image of Che served as the inspiration behind the cover of the first Just Cause game. Che Guevara is not the only inspiration in the creation though. Rico's name Scorpio is thought by many fans to be a reference to the Mortal Kombat character Scorpion, a theory supported by the fact that both characters sport a chain weapon. Another huge influence was Johnny Depp's character Sheldon Sands in the 2003 movie Once Upon a Time in Mexico. Not only do Rico and Sheldon share very similar looks in the first game, but they also work at government spy agencies. And like Rico and Che, Sheldon Sands took part in a coup, though in very different roles. As a nod to this, Rico's boss at the agency, Tom Sheldon, is named after the character. Rico himself shares his last name Rodriguez with the director of Once Upon a Time in Mexico, the well-known low-budget filmmaker Robert Rodriguez. Oh, and speaking of Tom Sheldon, the character's stereotypical Southern personality is thought by many to be based on the character Jack Wade, James Bond's Texan CIA buddy introduced in 1995's GoldenEye. The comparison is obvious, as both characters share a love of loud Hawaiian shirts and cowboy hats. As with many spy stories, the developers at Avalanche Studios were inspired by the 007 films during the creation of the game. But the art director also told the team what they didn't want to see in the story, saying, "We wanted just a touch of the James Bond agency feel without going too far into the goofy and outlandish, like XXX." All apologies to Vin Diesel, I'm sure. When designing the gadgets and weaponry of the game, the developers said they were aiming for a more modern, realistic look, asking themselves, if Johnny Ive was doing weapon design, what would that look like? Johnny Ive is a British designer responsible for the look of a few products you may have heard of, including the iPod, iPhone, MacBook Pro, and pretty much every other modern Apple piece of technology. Players of Just Cause 3 will be familiar with Medici, the fictional nation that serves as a setting for the new game and the home of Rico Rodriguez. The country takes its name from the House of Medici, a powerful family that controlled a large amount of banks and eventually a large amount of Italy in the 14th century. This decision was likely made since, according to the developers, a lot of the nation of Medici was designed to look like southern Italy and Sicily. Not only that, but Medici's many ancient aqueducts found throughout the game hint at its ancient Roman past. The flag of Medici also has a color scheme that is almost exactly like that of Italy's, minus a little yellow, of course. Well, that's all for this week. We hope you liked this episode of Just Cause Hidden History. Please like and subscribe and all that good stuff. That way we can make more. Alright, so last week we asked you what American sitcom the Fallout character Philip Lem was a reference to, and the answer was Better Off Ted. Go watch that show, by the way. Canceled too soon. So anyway, this week we have a Just Cause question for you. In Just Cause 2, there's a large area in the northern part of the map that contains a bunch of references to what TV show? Is it A, Lost, B, Heroes, C, The X-Files, or D, Star Trek, The Next Generation? By the way, be sure to be here next week when we finally dig into Fallout 4 for the first time since its release. Ooh, teasers!